Hi guys, welcome back to Retiring at 55. Finally getting promoted to doing whatever I want. Today we're going to be in the kitchen. And I make this recipe. It's classy yet a classic carrot cake. No, it's not your mom's or your grandma's boring recipe. It's my recipe. We're going to jazz it up a little bit. Let's face it, carrots are the underrated rock stars of baking. We're going to shred, spice, and cook them up. Join me. Vanilla, I've got salt, baking powder, baking soda, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg. I got some brown sugar and some white sugar underneath there, just saving space. Flour, all-purpose. I've got some roasted walnuts. Yep. I roasted them up about 10 minutes. They could come out beautiful. Star of our show right here, carrots, some oil, some eggs, and something to really jazz it up, crushed pineapple. Let's not forget butter. Now you can do all of this with your bare hands. However, at my age, something like this will come in pretty handy. Let's get to work. Let's get started. Let's start with the two main portions of this cake. You have the wet portion and the dry portion. Right now, I'm going to start with the dry portion. Flour. If you want to know the recipe and portion sizes, just leave a message down below and I'll definitely look it up. And here, like I said, there's some baking soda, baking powder, cinnamon, nutmeg, ground it myself, and some salt, mixing with the flour here. All the dry portions. It's always good to whisk them up. One, avoid clumps, and two, that everything's evenly distributed. Okay, that looks good. Now for our wet ingredients. I'm going to use the mixing bowl for this because why not? Okay, let's get our wet ingredients happening here. Wet, I know. We've got the sugar and the brown sugar all going in. Got a cup of oil. Dump that right in there. So far you got me? Pretty easy. And we're going to bring that up, whisk it up, or blend it, whatever you want to call it. We'll want to whip that around till it's smooth and homogenized. Big words for you guys. Okay, that looks pretty good. That was only like maybe 30 seconds. I'm going to now add 4 eggs, and these are at room temperature. You should add them one at a time while it's blending. Try not to make a mess. Gotta wait for each one of them kind of blend in, work its way in there. There we go, and there's 4. Make sure if you touch any raw egg to always clean your hands. It's looking really, really good. So far, it's only been about a minute of mixing. I'm gonna add the pineapple. Like I said, that's gonna be a nice surprise moisture mix. Start of the show, carrots. It's all in there. Now I like to do it this way, so they all get in first before any of the dry ingredients go in. Put that back on, give it another mix. I like to keep these relatively slow speed. I don't want all my ingredients flying all over the place. Now at this time they say to use a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons. Well, I love my vanilla, so I'm gonna a little bit extra. You know, who's gonna check? It's that extra kick. You remember I had the flour mixture. We're gonna add this slowly because if you don't, it could go all over the place. Now I have an attachment here. Supposedly prevents big messes. You know as well as I do what's gonna happen next. So slowly I will add the dry ingredients. I can really smell that vanilla and oh my goodness. It's really, really, really good. So far, I haven't made a mess. Let's keep adding this flour and try to keep the mess to a minimum. While you're watching this video, why don't you drop me a comment, let me know if there's a recipe you want me to give a try. Or, do you like carrot cake? Or just leave me a comment. Okay, that wasn't too bad at all. Get that out of here. Remember those roasted walnuts? I'm gonna add those in now. Now you don't want to mix it too long. You don't want to add any extra air to it. But it does look pretty good. I'm going to just let this kind of drip off into there. I almost forgot. Need some melted butter in there. It's usually 1 stick, but we'll go with that. There we go. Pour that goodness in there. I like to clean as I go. My wife's a big fan of that as well. She don't like the big mess afterwards. Okay, while that's mixing up, I've got a few pans here, 9-inch. Now, I don't have all the set, but I do have some, right? What I've done was I oiled or greased the sides, and then I took a little bit of flour in there, sprinkled it in there, and as you work your way around, the flour will stick to the sides. That way, it doesn't stick to the bottom of the cake pan. And also for extra measure, I always use parchment paper, which I've cut out to fit at the bottom. Now we're going to pour the batter evenly in here. We'll see if I can get too full. If I have a little extra, well, that's for me to eat later. All right, now we'll take the batter and we'll evenly pour it in these pans. While I'm doing this, my oven is preheating to 350 degrees. You're going to want to do that too. We're going to pop these in the oven. Don't be afraid to do a few dishes. Good brownie points. Okay, we're going to pop these in the oven for about 40 minutes. Depends on the thickness of your cakes. And 2 on the bottom. See you in about 40 minutes. Okay, we're about 40 minutes into it. I'm going to do a quick check. You know how you check, right? You put a toothpick in there. Comes out clean. Oh, she looks good. If that one's done, I bet you they're all done. So I'm going to shut it off. I think they're all done. We're going to pull them out and set them on the counter. Alrighty, before they get too cool, take them out of your hand. Oh, look at that, perfect. Parchment paper. That really helps to grease the sides and flour. The parchment paper on the bottom. You end up with perfectly releasing cakes. There we go. And now I'm going to let these completely cool before I put any icing on them. All right, we're almost there. Let's get this decorated. There it is, the wife's special blend. Well, there you have it. Ready to be eaten. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, leave a comment. What's your favorite cake to bake, if you like to bake? Until next time, keep dreaming big and living life to the fullest. We'll see you next time.